Could you stand a little taller, just a tad?
Like this?
Yes, yes. The chin a tiny bit lower. Gaze a little more to the right. There! Now, hold the pose. Just a few more minutes. You have such an incredibly singular face. That's a compliment, my lady, out of my mouth. Your particularity gives you character.
You're still here?
We have nearly finished. Have you any more need of me, Master?
You haven't forgotten that we're setting sail today, have you?
Of course not.
Your cousin is nowhere to be found. I've searched the palace from cellars to attics. Your uncle is beside himself.
He was of a mind to paint the town last night. Don't worry. I shall track him down. Make care to your own preparations without wrinkling another frown. We'll meet you on the boat.
It's about time your cousin took account of the responsibilities awaiting him. He should go and inform the ambassadors of Telemi and the Bridge Alliance of his departure.
Have no fear, Master. I will go and see them in his name. I beg your pardon, but urgent matters call me away. Might we finish all this later?
Impossible, my lady. You are leaving with the tide, if what I've been told is correct.
I am sorry, sir, truly. I must be going.
My lady, please, I beg you. Her Highness has personally requested I finish this.
Thank you, cousin, for getting me out of that.
Hey! Green blood!
Kurt!
And so the day has finally come. My royal fledglings are leaving the nest.
Accompanied by their most loyal and tenacious Master of Arms.
As loyal as your goal.
Enough with the cold mercenary. I know you like us. Still hiding your men in the unsuspecting shadows of the greats of this world, I see.
Hey, our blades are the only thing keeping you dainties alive.
Kurt, I'm not in need of your protection. I'm no longer a child, you know.
Is that so? Well, let's see. Fight with honor! defend yourself well, Greenblood. One might think you had a proper master of arms.
The best.
You already training for your new post of legate? Don't tire yourself. Flattery'll get you nowhere. But for the fight, you have remembered your basics. Your performance just got you out of a final lesson. Unless you want to go through the paces again before we depart.
I'd be up for that. A little last-minute training couldn't hurt.
In that case, Otto here is going to be your training partner. Go! Fight with honor!
Certainly worthy of inspection.
To my help! And death to the others! Drink a potion! Careful, Greenblood! You're wounded! You're running out of energy! Drink a potion! Move away! The merchant is there.
Good day, my lady. How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, madam. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, madam. I'm just an agent, and I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following order. Yeah, we hear you. Make which one of the two of us is a coin guard?
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
And so he
Oh.
Sorry, Cap.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them.
Captain, milady, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
You're going to have to wait. We need to find a way to clear the access to the warehouse. Good day, Tavern Keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
How is business going these days?
It's picking up. We've not seen many new customers, but of late, things are looking better. The Malicor and the neighbouring wars have dampened commerce. The epidemic still rages, but the possibility of finding a cure on that island has given people something to hope for. Now that we have a city there, quite a few seafarers come by to spend their wages.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age? Hair down to his neck, light brown? Blue eyes? Quite the talker?
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
Can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
This furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Good day. Someone told me that you were a friend of Jonas, the young cabin boy who was gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taking the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a tad troubled. Like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Why? I haven't the faintest idea.
What does Jonas do in his free time, when you're on land?
He just hangs around here or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages. And when evening comes, we usually go down the tavern with good old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't know where to start with this. Do you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator, and an excellent leader of men. He knows his craft well, in spite of being so young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell. Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof, gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool. And the captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left, you get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mess too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
What do you think about Captain Bass?
He's adjusting to pit.
Thank you, Lauro.
Strange story, this.
Something isn't right here. I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Well then, were you able to repair it all?
No, I haven't been able...
In that case, you need to...
That's not a small sum. I need to...
Oh, the father has forgotten to...
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table.
I am looking for a Nort.
A no,
According to...
a kid. I wouldn't... Any...
I need to be off.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you.
No, have no fear. I'm looking for a Nort that disappeared. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew.
Yes, that does ring.
Tell me what happened that
A
evening.
rich merchant came in. The kind of man you can round. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go. And I think I might well have seen those same men. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him, if that's what it was.
What can you tell me about the...
He seemed rather nervous. And he must have been.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think?
No, my lady. You're in. It was Sir Font.
Where can I find
He
him?
has a house in the wealthy borough.
Thank you.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game. Do you think we can trust him?
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child? To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy! Drink a potion! You're running out of energy! Drink a potion! To my help! And death to the others! You're running out of energy! Drink a potion! You're running out of energy! Drink a potion! Careful, Greenblood! You're wounded! Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Good day, Excellency.
Lady de Sardet.
I have come to inform you that my cousin Constantine and I are
Allow me to...
You are correct, Excellency.
It is a station. The mother... I only regret that...
Really?
To be entirely honest with you...
Tell me more about it.
Very well. We know that your uncle tolerate, but these particular... We would consider it a tremendous...
Heresy is not a... But I'm sure that my uncle would hear your arguments.
The prince, for according to us...
I see. You were hoping that I'll be able to do something before they make it. If your heretics are planning on boarding it, I'll look into this. I must be going.
Might I help you, my lady?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fon.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly... Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. And to what do I owe the honor?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here. But perhaps I could...
It concerns a delicate matter. According to witnesses, he had an argument...
I see. I am afraid he has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure...
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got us...
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirm that and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force.
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to...
These witnesses...
My son was probably a gesture that you're...
What was your son doing on a Naut ship?
It is what they do.
What are you talking about?
I would have thought that a legate would know these things. It seems that you have been this horrible. You will have no...
Where might I find...
I cannot say, until the Nauts have set...
This pact... It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Naughts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
Selection, whatever you need to be, the talk of all Serene. Opportunity. Your time is precious.
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our schedule.
I'm still without news of my cabin.
Have you seen anyone wandering about?
Take a look around. As long as they don't try and get upset.
A smuggler?
In the port, Jay? Why I ask you?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't. To say him a
And so you know.
Of course. And they will make you feel free to carry the port.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the
A contract?
A commercial contract. In some cases, I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't, but what I can tell you, and ever since...
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a Captain Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a...
But I still don't see Constantine again.
Don't worry.
I certainly hope so.
What will be your official title on Tirfredi? Or are you just...
Come now, don't... But his high am therefore, but also your help will...
It's always... I've had a word with Lady Font. She told me she said that...
Who was a cabin boy?
They took him back.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. Since time, children born on their ship, but certain contracts are from time to...
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son in an agreement signed between my uncle...
But Sir Fontaine...
Do you mean he would have offered up his...
Well, he probably... What can... Breaking a...
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us. This document mentions another property. A warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek?
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't...
If you would be...
With respect, my lady.
Here we are. Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Lady de Sade,
I have come looking for your son. Would you be so kind? You've taken your son against his will and have locked him up like merchandise. Is that what you call being...
as if you would know what it is like to be a parent. You are far too young.
I looked into the contract that binds... It was indeed you who ceded your son to them in exchange...
It is...
You should have thought of that...
The prince will know how to negotiate with the Naughts.
Her sadness would be all the more...
You wouldn't dare to...
You were not leaving me.
Very well. Take the key and take him away.
All children leave the nest one day or another.
Who are you?
My name is de Sade. I'm Legate. Your captain is...
And were you a...
Yes.
That doesn't... I feel...
You don't...
I hadn't... Fine. My family...
Yes.
Are your boots worn through? Is your hate?
Madam, you still haven't found your cousin.
Have no fear.
My cabin.
You do?
All we can do is plot a course. I do thank your actions bring you honor.
Be back.